time Nigeria is ringing bell. If I look on news, it is bell. If I look social media, it is problem. Eh? When I should be drinking coffee, they will make me to come online. They don't want to have me to rest. But you know what? You know what? The spirit in me, the Biafra spirit in me, I said, when I told you, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is looking for 100 people, I promise that I have 50 in me. You have not seen anything. It is not by my power. It is not by my power. It is not by my power. But, you know, as my own oru, I am a rucha. You understand? Till Biafra come. But today you are going to receive sense. The crypto, Nigeria crypto. As they are crippling your economy, they close border. They closed the border. ESN came out automatically, you know, weaponized. It shocked them. It shocked them. They said, this border no work. Oh. This close of border no work. Oh. Now, how do we stop the funding now of this Sunday or Igbo? How do we stop the contribution? Let us stop the crypto. Because they were following Nigerians, southern Nigerians. Use crypto. We should open crypto. Use crypto. Don't use the Western Union. Don't use this. They say, so these people are doing crypto. Okay, let us slash them. Bah! They are not considering the economic impact of crypto. No. They are not considering how much the crypto is bringing to Nigeria economy. Their agenda is not to make Nigeria progress. No. They have a better agenda. Now you get the point. Now you get the point. My only problem is that why is it that you must wait? Was Thomas born in Nigeria? Is Thomas a Nigerian? Is Thomas in the Bible in Nigeria? Are you a lineage of Thomas? Are you a lineage of Thomas? All of you have Thomas blood in your vein. How did you get Thomas blood in your vein? That it must happen to you first before you understand. We hear more in Anokia. You hear more kind of man. Woo! When we are telling you, you don't know, we are telling you, even we are not prophets, but everything we have said, everything we open this mouth to say, if it don't happen today, it will happen tomorrow. I want you to go from the beginning of this struggle. From the beginning. In fact, even the one that we are not sure of, once God asks us to say it, we will say it and God will do it. Hey! Woo! I said, did you see the prayer? May God harden the heart of the leaders in Nigeria so that we will tell them, the world may know that Obi is no longer a boy. I remember when we used to read the history of the Greeks, the Greek gods. I don't know, you know, of course you don't read all those things in Africa. The history of the Greek gods. Medusa.
This is my wicked word. This is my confusion word. Listen to Palibran. I will be telling you a story about one lady girl. Polly they go to work. Polly they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. Driver they go. Opposite Udi, but the right hand the side, along the Sukudu road. I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the driver waiting they happen. Driver waiting they happen. Driver tell the body boy, see no day for talk. See nothing for that. It's better you take your eye and see. Then I call the driver. Driver waiting. Driver waiting. This is my wicked word. This is my confusion word. Listen to Palibran.
Akara m ihe mbe na-eme mbe si ma chọrọ ofu ukwu ehi ma nke ọzọ mụ achọrọ ihe niile ma ụkwụ ya ma aka ya ma isi ya ma olu ya anyị ga-adọbiri wee pụọ na nke onwe anyị tigata azụ etu anyị nọ tupu ndị ọcha wee bịa ebe a nwa aha obodo ebe a nwe ndị mmadụ n'ime tupu nwa bekee si ebe o si hapụ obodo ya ọ bịa ebe a ọkpọrọ onye nke ọkpọrọ okeke ọkpọrọ okafọ dakata anyị isi ọ sị n'ụbọchị nke taa na anya aha anyị wuzi Naijiria anyị na-aza aha na-emeghị omimi n'ime ya ihe ngwa gị gbasị biko kọwara m ihe Naijiria pụtara enwepụghị kọwara m ọmụa ga-aza aha osimiri ka osimiri ga-aza aha mụnwa n'ihi ihe anyị na-ekwuwu na ebe arụgidere ụlọ a na ọ jọgburu onwe ya ọ dịghị mma Naijiria agaghị emekọtanwu ihe ọzọ ihe ọjọọ emego n'obodo a arụ emego egbugo ndị be anyị aka na-egbukwa anyị ndị Fulani wee chere na mabata be anyị ka na-egbukwa ndị be anyị ruo ụtụtụ echi a na-asị m na ọ ga-adị mma oge ọ na-ekwu ka nwee mmekọrịta bụ nke ndị iro kọ nke ndị ụmụnne ha egosighị anyị ọtụtụ mgbe ha kpọrọ anyị asị onye ajụrụ ajụ na-ajụ onwe ya ha jụrụ anyị aja ama njụ onwe anyị agbanyeghị na anyị nwe ngwa ahịa n'ugwu Awụsa agbanyeghị na anyị na-azụ ahịa ebe niile dị iche iche na-eme nke ọma kama onye ghara ndụ kpakụ onye rie niile ọ Ndụbụisi ka anyị na-ekwu okwu ya ka anyị cheghata azụ ebe a ruo obodo anyị ka o wee maa mma wee karịa obodo ndị ọcha na mma ọhịa anyị na-arịọ nwekwe n'ugwu nwee nkwanye ugwu n'ime onwe anyị ọnwa anyị pụọ n'iro a na-etigbu anyị pụọ n'iro ekwu okwu asị ọ bụ gịnị ma anyị ji wee ekwu okwu ụmụ ihe ndị a ka anyị sị na anyị agaghị anabatakwa ya ọzọ.
Akụkọ akọrọ anyị bụ na ọkụkọ na ewu agaghị nzukọ ụmụ anụmanụ a na-emezi mgbe ọbụla a chọrọ ịchụ aja ejiri ọkụkọ maọbụ nwụchụ aja mgbe ọbụla a chọrọ ime ka Naijiria dị n'otu enwe ha na-eto esi wee kpam akpụrụ ndị Igbo ọ pụtara na anyị bụ ọkụkọ maọbụ ka ọ pụtara na anyị agaghị nzukọ mere ya bụ ihe eji eme anyị bụ ndị Igbo ụdị na ọbara ndị Igbo ahụ kpafu n'obodo Naijiria agaghị
ọ bụ site na akpamasị ihe na-eme anyị dịka ihe mere ndị ji oge mgbe gara aga etu akụkọ mba niile dị iche iche ji kpọọ ụmụ Izrel asị a na-egbu ha afọ niile aka na-egbu ha o wee ruo oge ugbu anyị asị na ogbugbu a na-egbu anyị na ọ dịghị anyị mma ọ ka mma na onwe ihe kwegbuo anyị nwere onwe njem a nke anyị na-aga kama na na-ese etete n'ụtụtụ asị na onwe onye gburu ebe a onwe ha na-ekwu okwu odo na nyere onwe onye n'aka ụkọchukwu n'ugwu Awụsa ebepụ isi ọnwụghị ofu ugboro ọnwụghị ugboro abụọ ọnwụghị ugboro atọ ọnwụghị ugboro anọ ọ bụ ruo ole mgbe ka a ga-egbugide anyị wee rue anyị asị mba na anyị ga-aga ka anyị nwee ike wee nwere onwe anyị. Ọ ka mma na anyị nwụrụ ebe anyị na-azọ nwere onwe tụbụ na anyị nọ n'ụlọ etu a mmadụ bụ mabata n'ime ụlọ mbịa bupụ m isi a sị na-achọghị ụdị nka ọ wụghị anyị maka a ga-eji wee chụọ àjà ọzọ.
I welcome everyone that has connected to this program. Thank you for joining. Wherever you are joining us from, I appreciate you and I thank you for being part of the program. This is our evening section and it's not going to take much of your time. I'm going to try to be as brief as possible because of so many other programs that are lined up. So, my fellow Biafrans, we have come again on our evening section to continue to preach the gospel of Biafra. Wherever you are, as you join us, like and share the program, invite someone else to share. Invite somebody. Don't just watch the program alone. You can invite somebody. You never can tell who is going to hear this message and he or she will be changed. The messages we are preaching this time is to touch hearts. In this platform, I don't come here for propaganda. I do not come here for blackmail. I don't come here to attack any man or woman. In this platform, my focus is on the freedom of the Biafran people. What are we going to do to be free? What we do here is to expose the evil of Nigerian government against us. That we cannot lose our guard. We must remain focused. I come here every time to speak on these issues of Biafra. And we are in a very critical time. A critical time that everybody must add to their voice so that when the time comes, at least you will say, I said it. Or you will say, I said my own part. I spoke, but they didn't listen. We are in a very crucial time. I don't know how other people understand this period. You that is watching me, I don't know how you understand this time that we're in. But I bet you we are in a terrible time. This is not the time to go to sleep. It is not the time to laugh. It is not the time to laugh at your brothers, more especially. It is not a time to rejoice for anything whatsoever. It is not the time to think or look at propaganda. This is the time of sacrifice. This is the time we have to go extra mile to make things happen. This is the time we have to go extra mile. When I say extra mile, I mean extra miles. Every one of us, old, young, rich, poor, big, small, whether you are a follower or you are a leader, under whichever area you are, as long as you are genuinely seeking for Biafra, not for your own personal interest. Not for your own personal interest. If you are genuinely seeking for this our freedom, this is a time for a great sacrifice by all of us. People are going to offend you. You will offend people. Offense will be flying right, left, and center. This is the time we must control ourselves to the highest level. Be mindful of what you say. Be mindful of what you do. Be mindful of your contribution. Every single word you speak on the social media today, meaning will be read into it. And it will either save life or it will destroy life. It will either bring peace or it will ignite fire. That is how terrible the period we are in. And why I am bothered so much is that the enemies of Biafra are seriously strategizing, and they are happy. You see the way they kept us busy. They kept us busy gossiping, blackmailing, and pushing propaganda. They kept us busy fighting within ourselves, looking to ourselves. They kept us busy defending and challenging each other, trying to show power within ourselves. As they keep us busy, they are busy strategizing. They are busy planning their own evil. They are busy seeking for how to overthrow the Biafra that we have already declared. But we are not paying attention. We are busy enjoying winning a battle. We are busy enjoying losing a battle within ourselves. Battle of propaganda, battle that is being powered by blackmail and lies. We are busy occupying our mind with battles that is filled with lies, just within ourselves. And we are forgetting about the war ahead of us. We are forgetting about the war our country is facing. We are losing our focus on the war, the major war that is ahead of us. It breaks my heart when I remember where we are coming from. And I think of where we are supposed to be today. When I look through it, where we are supposed to be today, my heart is broken. My heart is broken. But I must tell you, surrendering is not going to solve the problem. What I am talking about is solution. If you know what you are going to do, any solution that must be put on the ground to see that will remove our eyes from this internal battle now, this is not the right time. Will there be eternal battle? Of course, eternal battle will be fought. We know that from day one. From experiences, from other things that happened in that place, from people that were there before us, we know very well that the internal battle must be fought. But at this point in time, this is not the time. This is not the time. This is not the time. Every one of us have their opinion. Nobody is the master of wisdom. And it is high time we begin to give a listening ear to us. Mother, listen to your children. Children, listen to your mothers. Fathers, listen to your sons. Brothers, listen to your sisters. Let us begin to pay attention to people. Among every nonsense those people are saying, complaints your brothers are giving, there must be a sense in it. Among all the nonsense they are spilling, pushing out everywhere, there must be something you can push and say, this one they got it right, and let us build, starting from that. I will continue to speak about resolution of conflict. Our enemies are waxing strong. What are we doing? Our enemies are waxing strong. They are building day in, day out, bringing one strategy or the other. Strategies against us. They are trying to destroy us at home. They are trying to destroy us abroad. They are trying to smear our names. They are trying to make us very busy and occupied on different areas. And we are falling into their hand. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are and you are watching this program, please, I want every one of us to have a rethink and go to work. Let us all have a rethink and go to work. This war that we are fighting with ourselves now doesn't want it. This is not the time. Are there going to be internal war? I am aware. I know that we are going to fight that battle, but it is not now. It is not now. Our duty at this point in time, was spelled out by the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. It was spelled out. I understand so many things must have been gone wrong. So many things have gone wrong. And this problem started from the day one. From the day one of that declaration, if we were able to capture ourselves and resolve issues, if we were able to put our heads together and jump that hurdles, we will not be seeing what we are seeing today. That single mistake that was made from the day of declaration on the 29th of November 2024, that mistake is still haunting us up to now. Still haunting us up to now. But what I am saying on my own, as my own opinion, is that all hope is not lost. And we can still resolve these issues. We can. Yes, we can. We can. The only thing it requires is for people to bring down their ego, both parents and children, the big and small. No matter what your position and authority be, let us all calm down. Let us discuss as equal people, give and take. Look at where we can be able to compromise a little bit, and then we can forge ahead. At this point in time, why I am saying this, that we are going somewhere. We are going, so it can never be like this, or it can never be like this. Why we are having this kind of hurdles that we're having today is because we have not fully gone home and established on the ground. Understand that. We have not fully gone home. In as much as we have created that awareness on our determination and decision, and the world is watching to see what we can offer, we are not yet having our stronghold on the ground where we can be able to implement our constitution the way it should be. Whereby, if anybody violates the law or the order, you will pass through the court. The court will decide your fate, not me, not any individual in the government. Not the office of the Prime Minister, not the office of Deputy, not the office of whoever. The law itself will take its course. We are getting there. But why don't we have patience until we get there? Embrace ourselves, admit ourselves, bear the burden for each other. Let us walk, get into that land. When we get there, the court of the land will take decisions. This idea of us tagging ourselves criminals, once you disagree with a fellow brother, you tag him a criminal, tag him somebody working for government and saboteur. Most of the people, we have abused these words. We abuse these words that they no longer make meaning anymore. Just like calling someone saboteur. We have abused the word saboteur that it's no longer have a meaning. And when you call it, it means nothing. Me personally, when I hear it, I feel nothing. Because we have abused that word, saboteur. Some people, when you disagree with them, when you have a different line of thought, a simple argument that has to be sorted out, they will begin to talk. From there, the next thing they will take your name and move and call you propaganda. The next thing you are fighting against them, or you are fighting against Biafra. Even sometimes when they say that this person is working for a government, you are working for Nigerian government. When I hear it from Biafrans these days, it doesn't make sense to me because these are words that are spoken out of emotion, out of anger. It doesn't really make sense to me anymore. When I hear people say, oh, this one is paid by the government, it is just a propaganda and blackmail, sometimes to destroy things, sometimes just to win an argument, just to win a battle. It no longer makes sense. I am not saying there are people who are not, there are not people who are paid. There are people who are hired and paid to disrupt us. But the way we use the language and push that language against ourselves, it doesn't really make sense anymore. When you argue with your brother, the next thing, oh, they have paid you. You can imagine even in my platform, some people come to my platform and they write and they say that Dr. Ngozi Orabueze is paying me. That is what some people write. Some group will come, they say, oh, it's like you are now, Nigerian government is now approaching you. Some idiotic statement. So when I see those things, it doesn't really move me, baby, because we have lost the value of words. We just open our mouth and we say what we want to say. It is high time we change this script. Just as Master Samaraba said, we have to rewrite this script. This script, we have to rewrite it and do things differently. That is why throughout this week, I've been playing that message of Master Simon Ekpa on writing the script. I've been playing it over and over and over and over again. And I'm still going to play it on this program by the grace of Chukwu Kabiam. Because we have to walk away from that idea of demonizing ourselves. You come out, you say something that is not that, just because you felt something within your heart, or you are looking for an argument, you are looking for something to damage the image of your brother, and you open your mouth and you spill lies that doesn't hold water, and you know that is a lie. You know you are telling a lie. Some people will just tell lies just to hold on to their position. How long will these lies we are telling right, left, and center, how long is it going to last? All these lies they're pushing, how long is it? And that is why I have said there, I am not ready to create enmity between me and any Biafra. I am not ready for that. That is not why I'm speaking for Biafra. I am not here to create enmity between myself and anybody. I am not willing to do that, and I will not do that. I will not be a party to that. And likewise, I advise everyone that is in this struggle, don't go and create enmity, all in the name that you are fighting for Biafra. The nation we are fighting for, every one of us is going to go back there, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The only thing that can decide our fate is the law, the constitution. Only that alone will decide our fate. That constitution will decide who is qualified to be a Biafran and who is not. Who is going to live in the land or who is not. Who is going to serve jail, life sentence. Who is going to penalize and be punished. Who is going to be praised and worshipped. Who is going to be exalted and honored. Only our constitution will decide. It is not you, neither is it me, nor anybody. Nobody has such absolute power. The Biafra we are creating is a Biafra where every one of us is equal stakeholder. We are all equal before the law. Only the law will decide our fate. This is why I am begging that we have to calm down. Push this until we get to that land where the law will take its course. Where I will not come here to come and beg anybody or come and tell you, oh, calm down, calm down. No, you go to the court and the court will prove your innocence. But as it stands today, we have not been able to establish such ground. We have not taken over our territory completely. That is why I am begging for the spirit of tolerance. We have to tolerate certain things. If possible, break protocols to make sure that we get to where we are going. If possible, bend yourself a little bit. I know it is hard. It is hard. This message is to everybody, both men on the ground and those of us who are not on the ground, both inside the government and outside the government. People have to bend over a little bit. You must bend over a little bit if you genuinely want to be Biafra. If you genuinely, you are fighting for freedom, you must learn to bend a little bit. You have to bend it. Look at the Janjaweed. Our enemies, they are strategizing, doing so many things, including dealing with their enemies, including following criminals to make sure they push their agenda. When you want to achieve something, in certain issues, you compromise. I'm not saying that we're going to get into the compromise that's going to damage what we're doing. There are certain little compromises you have to do in negotiation. In conflict resolution, there are certain things you can do to resolve conflict. There are give and takes. There are things you put in and take out. This message of unification is so dear to my heart because it is a sad thing that every time we speak as a people, the next minute, the same person you are sitting on the same platform and talking is talking a different thing altogether. It is a sad thing to see. Today you are speaking in a one voice. The next minute you are speaking a different tune. That when you see your brother, you can no longer have the same brother you praise. You will be the same person to begin to attack the same brother. Why? For how long are we going to continue to go that way? Every one of us to disease from this habit of unnecessary attack. Mazi Simon Ekpa himself, the prime minister, made that announcement on one of his books. He said, we should disease from attacking anybody, no matter who the person is, that is working for Biafra, have worked for Biafra in the past, or is still working for Biafra. It doesn't matter under which organization he or she is working, that we should disease from attacking or insulting anybody. But today, they have, even the people who were there when he preached that message today, they are in the front line insulting. Even the people, Mazi Simon Ekpa mentioned their name in particular. He mentioned certain names. You say, disease. He said, more especially you, disease from attacking anybody in this struggle. But today, they are the one that has now resurfaced and regenerated that attitude again. Today you are seeing insult, including people who are supposed to be disciplined. They are joining the insult, using vulgar words against ourselves, using vulgar words against responsible people who are in various positions. It doesn't matter the disagreement. You can disagree with somebody, it's fine. We cannot all speak in the same language. There are different languages, but at the end of the day, we end up in agreeing, understanding. But is that what you see? That is not what we see today. You see people coming out to insult Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze, the Deputy Prime Minister, call her names, say so many derogatory words, even if you are not pleased with what she is doing, which you have right to object to. I'm not saying that she there's no way she can be excellent or perfect. You have the right to scrutinize her and say your word. But when you're presenting your disagreement, say it in respect. Not saying things without thinking, and the next thing you are apologizing. Also, those of us today who are in this Biafran struggle, insulting men on the ground is not a good thing to do. These are men that have fought. It doesn't matter what we see them doing today. We know that the enemy have crept in and sowed the seed of discord from the day of declaration. The people that sowed the seed of discord, they are now rejoicing and they are happy. But let us not bring ourselves down and go the same line they are going with insult. You say maybe because they are using vulgar words, you used to use the same word and begin to insult them. It doesn't hold water. It doesn't hold water. Don't go to that direction. Don't use the same word. The same word they use, don't use that word. You can argue. You are entitled to your opinion. You can disagree. Every one of us have a method or modus of disagreement. What I agree with is not what you can agree with. There are certain things, but we need to give ourselves listening ears to know when somebody say, I do not agree with you. Don't tag that person as saboteur. When somebody say, I don't agree with you, calm down and listen and know why the person don't agree. Out of every nonsense that person is going to say, there will be a sense. But today, what we see is people shouting, talking, and doing. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Every one of us have a way of responding to issues. Do not descend to insult. I can't insult anybody. I don't insult anybody. I can't. I don't insult you. No matter how angry I get, I always learn to call myself back, know my limit. I know the limit I can speak. Let us desist from this very insult. Insulting ourselves, including insulting the men on the ground. Don't go into that angle. Don't go there. Let us continue to show respect for each other. Continue to speak in a safe. The world is watching. The world is watching. They are watching. For how long are we going to be fighting this battle among ourselves? For how long? It is high time I say it again. Conflict resolution. We have to learn how to resolve our conflict. That is where we are getting it wrong. We are not doing enough to resolve conflict before it blows out of proportion. Every single one of us. And the government is also concerned about it. The government should look for a way of resolving conflict before it blows out of proportion. We have to. We really need to do a lot of work on that because we are still lagging. Conflict resolution by the government is still lagging. Are they trying? The government is trying on their best. The government is trying their best, but we need to do more. On this conflict resolution, there are so many things today that are blown out of proportion that should have been handled differently. It is high time we begin to pay attention to people's grievances. When people lay a complaint, don't just discard it and say it doesn't matter. Don't discard somebody's. For somebody to wake up, a grown man to wake up, make a suggestion and speak about an issue, there must be a sense in all those nonsense that person is saying. There must be a sense. And any responsible and reasonable person should look into that sense in that nonsense. The sense you pick out of that nonsense will make the person submissive to you and agree with the rest things you're going to say. But when you discard every single thing that someone said as meaningless, you are looking for trouble. You are looking for trouble. Every single one of us have that ego. Everybody have it. And when you bruise somebody's ego, some people cannot take it. Some can take it, but some people cannot take it, not for a second. As I said, we are building a nation. That nation we are building, it is high time. The level we are now, it is a level of sacrifice. Give and take. Let us manage this and push it. When we get to our land, the law will decide. I know why I'm speaking to the direction I'm speaking, because I know that it is possible. I know that there are things that can be done to get things right. I know. Have we done certain things? We have done something, but have we done enough? We have not done enough. There are certain things we need to do. And it's high time everybody go to work, including our men on the ground. Anyone that is on the ground, any soldier fighting for Biafra on the ground, you should know what to do. You should know. You must try as much as possible to be ready to give out certain things. It is give and take. Everything must not be you cannot get everything you request for. You can never. It doesn't work that way. There is never a time you will get every single thing you request for. If you genuinely want peace, if you are sincerely fighting for freedom, there are certain places in negotiation you give and take. You give and take. Let that discussion begin, so that we can fight as well, because the Janjaweed are busy fighting. They are busy strategizing. They are busy. Look at them. They are planning the election already. They are planning the election. And before you know it, they are going to drag Biafran people into it. Because we are losing focus already. While we are busy talking about other issues, they are dragging Biafrans into it. Something that is not supposed. No politician is supposed to be in Biafran land by now. We are not supposed to have any politician in Biafran, let alone say you come and campaign. We are not supposed to have any politician in Biafra land now, let alone coming to campaign. But you can see, they are campaigning. Even when we know that all those things they are doing is just babash. Peter Obi right from time is a distractor. The latest news we are hearing today now is they are going to bring Goodluck Jonathan to contest. They want to bring Goodluck Jonathan to contest. And you know why they are bringing him? And Goodluck Jonathan that is coming, they say Goodluck Jonathan have promised Obi to make him a minister. You can imagine. They say Goodluck Jonathan promised to make Obi a minister. What does that tell you? That tells you they know what they are doing. And that man who calling himself Peter Obi can never learn. When we tell him that you cannot, there is never a way Nigeria will allow you to be their president. You cannot. Stop dreaming. Nigeria is never ready to settle with the Biafran people. Anybody from the old Southeastern region, they're not ready to settle with us. You see how they want to set Obi up with Goodluck Jonathan. And once they put Obi and Jonathan in that election, how do you intend to win? From where are you going to start? You can imagine where Obi is contending and Goodluck is contending. You know the kind of war that will be in Biafra land. Do you know the kind of war with what Ansara the Kobo is already doing? With what Ansara the Kobo is already doing? And the Bubanga and whatever, and the ones the Soludo group are doing. You can imagine the chaos that will be in Biafra land. These are things that we are supposed to stop. But we are losing focus on talking about it. Let me play a video that I saw in one of those platforms that I always go and check up. Let us listen to this discussion. Listen, this is what is going on in the zoo. Which, if we got something right, nobody is supposed to be talking about the politics in Biafra land by now. But that is what is going on. That is what is going on. Nobody is supposed to be talking about politics in Biafra land at this point in time. After declaration, 8 months after declaration. It is unbelievable. I never believed that anybody, anywhere, will come out at this point in time to talk about anything called election. But I want you to listen to this program. Let's just listen and hear what they're saying.
There is a very recent development. Maybe Kachuku is feeling again. According to him, he says Goodluck Jonathan is actually offering Peter Obi a presidential slot, the position of coordinating minister of the economy, if he would withdraw from the 2027 presidential race to actually support his ambition. That's what Jumebi Kachuku is saying. And that, as you do know, very recently, Peter Obi visited Bauchi, where the governor there asked him to join the People's Democratic Party, actually gave him a couple of encomiums, and, complimented Peter Obi as a person, his integrity, and said he introduced a different system of politics. So while Jumebi Kachuku was at press conference today, I'll be playing that during the evening rush, he claimed that northern political interests drafted Jonathan into the contest as a strategy to weaken the South influence. For now, we've not heard Jonathan say anything as to the proposal. We've only heard that there are certain persons pleading with Jonathan to be part of the presidential race in 2027. And that the idea is because the proposal of one term that Peter Obi offered, some certain persons do not trust that he will go for one term, despite him coming out twice to publicly declare that he's going to stay for that one term. And they only feel comfortable with Jonathan because, according to them, they feel that whether Jonathan likes it or not, he cannot go another term. So constitutionally, he cannot go another term aside from the first 4 terms. But that is still in context based on what the Constitution stipulates concerning the person of Jonathan and how he went through his own process of possibly 6 years. So, Jumebi Kachuku speaking, should anyone believe what he's saying? With a person, as you know, as a former President Goodluck Jonathan, would he actually offer Peter Obi such a position to drop his presidential ambition and become a minister during, if he wins, like that is Jonathan is already alluding that there is a strong tendency he would win the elections in 2027, or is this a trap?
Esther, there is no trap there. They have told you in clear terms what they are permutating.
This is not a permutation. This is what Jumebi Kachuku is saying.
I am telling you, yes. That is what the North is scheming. If not, look at it yourself. It was B2B that was all over the place. His men and his views were all over the place. He was so popular. All of a sudden, a Jonathan that we have not had his voice or his opinion or whatever. Some people started drafting him, started talking to him, started calling his name. You know, what does that tell you? There is no smoke without fire. And like I told you last Thursday, the North are making a mistake about Jonathan. Constitutionally, section 137, I don't think it will affect Jonathan. No. APC will go to court. I'm not joking. APC will challenge it. And if I know APC very well, they will win. And that means Jonathan will be rubbish. Did you even hear what the North are saying? That except the people do now work with that thing was the deputy, Abby?
Yes.
Is that not part of what you read now?
Mm-hmm.
And
that's what you maybe catch people saying.
Yes. Some people dismiss it as that it's only the public and you could this and that. But that person will not ask himself, why is he not suddenly asking for Jonathan? If the children of should they be calling out Jonathan now? Please tell me. Esther, how long have I been saying this thing? Nobody wants to listen to me. Esther, we fought a civil war. We fought a civil war. And the North has never been happy with the command after the...
I want you to pay attention. The northern part of Nigeria are already strategizing. The northern part of Nigeria, they are already strategizing, as always, to capture Asorok. Your Igbo politicians can never ever succeed. Peter Obi knows that very well, but he's still deceiving himself. And those of us who are in this Biafran struggle, we are losing our focus. And because we are not putting the pressure we are supposed to put in Biafra, that is why someone like Peter Obi can still stand and begin to talk about Biafra, about Nigeria in our territory. The discussion of election is going on in Biafra land today because we are not doing what we are supposed to do. Remember what Mazi Samanagba said. Mazi Samanagba said, after this declaration as we go forward, that any politician who doesn't want to be part of us will leave Biafra land and go to exile. Those who cannot go, we have no other choice than to join us. That is the area we are supposed to be today. But how can we get there when we are busy gossiping and blackmailing each other? How can we get there? This is why I am concerned that we have to look inward. Don't allow this. Don't allow them to push this. The same thing they used Peter Obi to do when we are crying, they are going to do it again. You see, they have dragged out Jonathan. The North is strategizing, planning their own. But what are we doing, we the Biafrans? What plans do we have to counter? What? Nothing. I want us to listen to this discussion.
We told all their plans. It was Itoman that destroyed it. All their plans in Nigeria.
But Barrister Darlington, let's just assume that this is a period where every means, every machination, every strategy, meaning that there is a psychological warfare here, so that, you know, the followership, the buzz, the adrenaline about some certain presidential candidates will be deemed. Let's just say this is a machination at work, all right? This is basically the plan. But let's look at the reality of this. Jonathan himself, ever since we heard 2 days ago that a source said Jonathan has actually been in the run. Remember, Jerry Ghana said something like that he got to somebody better. Now, they said Jonathan may agree to be part of it, and then the contention was if he was eligible to actually go another term based on the 1999 Constitution as amended. In this whole process, Jonathan has not uttered a word. We've not heard anything through Jonathan's aid to verify this statement. But we know how these people do these things. They put these things out there to get the reaction of people to know what they have to say. So obviously, they're listening to us right now. They're listening to the conversation we're having right now to know how people feel about all of this. Now, maybe Kachuku is coming today. Again, you know that man speaks unfiltered. He's actually alleging that the plan by these northerners for them is that you're putting out a permutation that without the North, he may not get it because of the vacuum of trust between the North and the Southeast, basically, as is obvious anyway. And that if that is the only option would be Peter deputizing Atiku. Now, is it possible that a Jonathan all right, will be offering Peter Obi a ministerial slot for him as a president in 2027, when you don't even know if you're eligible to contest that election in 2027. How do you even know that you would win? For a Peter Obi that, according to El Rufai, supposedly won the elections in 2023 based on whatever it is you put out there, you expect somebody, even if INEC gave him 6 million votes, to actually decide to step down and take a ministerial slot, that you would win the 2027 elections. What's the reality in all of these phrases to maybe Kachiku is putting out here?
He's not putting out anything, Esther. You said it yourself that El-Rufai told you that P2B won that election.
That he was robbed. You didn't tell me. He put it out there. He put it out there. He
He said it. He brought that because is that not true? What happened at the end of the day? Hold on. Is it not the person they choose that they put there, Esther?
Exactly.
Why do they
See how they're deceiving themselves.
I am telling you people reality. Nobody wants to listen. Esther, imagine if at the beginning, P2B have worked with Atiku. All these permutations, all these scheming, all these shenanigans would have ended. They would not even have the man to go and look for somebody else. They would. Esther, they would. This is the name by P2B that is causing this thing.
What delay, sir? What's the delay?
To make up his mind to work with their
What do you mean to make up? You can't force him to do what he doesn't want to do. He has put himself out there.
Hold on, Esther, please don't interject. You called me for this thing. Listen to me. Let's go to the same way. Until today, we don't even know where this is, and you're asking me what it is. No, tell me proper. Until now, do you know where P2B started?
Peter Obi is in the Labour Party and also part of the coalition, and he's putting his hat in the race.
Are you serious? He came out to tell you, Abi.
He said it. Yes, we all watched the interview.
You see why I'm laughing. These people that are talking, both of them are Igbos. Oh. These idiots that are talking, both of them are Igbos. Oh. Look at the kind narrative. Peter Obi is in Labour Party. He's in coalition. He is also in whatever they say. These people are a bunch of deceivers. And these are the people that Mazi Samareba say they are supposed to leave Biafra land by now. It's either they leave or they join us. It's either they leave our land or they join us, because their distraction is second to none. Look at how they are distracting people. The other man asked her, the one they call Erufai, a terrorist that P2B is going to have an alliance with, a terrorist that is confessing. After that is confessing, what happened? What happened? You are confessing that the election was rigged, and then what? They are still going to rig it again. Then what will you do? These people know why I bring their program so that for us to know the foolishness of some of us that call ourselves educated people, or some of us who call ourselves brilliant and smart. More especially this Darlington. Darlington will speak all the truth. He knows all the facts, but at the end of the day, I don't know what he is seeing in election. These are the people that we are supposed to force to either join Biafra or go to exile. You can go to Lagos or go to Abuja and continue with your one Nigeria. These are the people that are supposed to be our concern now, not those of us who are already in the ship. We are already in the ship and we are fighting inside the ship. That is my problem. We are inside the ship and we are fighting inside the ship. Every one of us know that an Igbo man can never ever be the president in Nigeria. Instead, the North will break the country. And look at the suggestions. They are already bringing opinion for P2B. They are nobody even talking about him, because they suggesting him for vice president. Either he become vice Atiku or Jonathan will make him a minister. And just imagine, with all these things, and still yet, some of us don't know the evil of this Janjaweed that they will never let go. For how long are we going to continue to listen to this nonsense from these people? This is why I say changing the narrative is important. We must not allow this language of the Janjaweed to continue to take over us. We must not. The time has come to change this very script. We must change it by fire, by force. That is why I will continue with that very message of our Prime Minister. That very message of our Prime Minister, I will continue with it to waken up our spirit, waken up our mind to let us know that it's high time we do things differently. It is high time we do things differently and run away from this low self-esteem that these people you are seeing there are displaying. What they are displaying there is low self-esteem. That is what I see. Low self-esteem, that they cannot have the confidence to speak the way they're supposed to speak.
A low self-esteem syndrome, because you never believe that Biafra will be a nation. I am telling you today, researchers estimate that each attend more or less 20,000 thoughts, what people think every day.
Absolutely.
And our ancestral tendency is to pay more attention to the negative ones, which is pure survival instinct. Biafra agitation is no longer that. It's no longer motorbike. Professionals have joined the league. We are making impact and alliances all over the world. It is no longer because Biafra is here. It's no longer the time to say uneducated people are there. Those people are no longer in the forefront of education. Most people with low self-esteem, though, are more prone to paying attention to the negative aspect of themselves. Their lives and external input, such as people and their situation. This is what Nigeria has offered you. Nigeria has made every Biafran to see himself or herself as a low self-esteem. And all you do is to see the negative impact of Igbo man. All you do is to see the negative part of Igbo man. You do not see the positive part. But the fact that Nigeria tells you Igbo contribute the best, Igbo can change Nigeria, Igbo can do everything, turn it upside down and turn it to gold. Yet, you don't see that part of Igbo man. You don't see that part of the Biafra. You see the negative part of Biafra. Igbo man is this, Igbo man is that. But Nigeria is telling you, even as bad as Nigeria, Nigeria tells you that the Igbo man is this. Yoruba man tells you Igbo man can change Nigeria. Hausa man tells you Igbo can convert anything. Every other tribe in Nigeria tells you about Igbo man. Only you, the Igbo man, that you see yourself as enemy of yourself. Yet, you don't understand the impact you would make in a nation that you are going to govern yourself with every blessing of God upon your life. Today, we have come to change history. I want you can name this speech of the Nation Today address as changing the script. This is called negative confirmation bias, and it is quite like seeing the world and us in a true dark lens, failing to pay attention to the positive. Fail to pay attention to the positive of Biafra. When you talk about freedom, you say, oh, they are fighting on social media. How can they govern themselves? That is the negative part. You pick it, but yet you call Obi. Obi want to be a president. Obi want to do this and do that. Is Obi not also part of that negative part that makes you not to support Biafra? Don't worry. By the time Biafra comes, you will take your bag and baggage and go to Northern Nigeria and enjoy your nuts. Believe me, we will give you the opportunity. This has tremendous impact on how we feel about ourselves. The meaningfulness we get out of our lives and, of course, our behaviors. Nigeria has impacted your life, and today you are branded with so many negative names. The point that you are scared of your own freedom. Nigeria has done that. That impact you with all manner of thoughts. You become scared of yourself. To
have impacted this particular low self-esteem on them, and look at how they plan each other. Why the terrorists are coming, carrying gun. You have never seen the Fulani man or the federal government branding the Fulanis that are killing your military, killing your personnel, wiping villages, branding them with bad names. They call them criminals. Ordinary criminals, they call them. They call them criminals. Some of you in the struggle have called me criminal. That is the same value that the Fulani attached to the terrorists that you see bombarding Abuja yesterday. Yet you call yourself a criminal. Why this state of the nation has become necessary is because we are changing the script. And we are going to change this script by force. We are going to change it in this armed struggle. If you do not know that we have entered armed struggle, we are declaring the armed struggle today. Yes, you don't have knowledge about it. We are into armed struggle. For our freedom. I want you to understand that Nigeria impacted you, impacted your life, and today you're branded with so many negative names to the point that you are scared of your own freedom because of the negative impact of Fulani government policies in your life. Only Biafra can solve this problem. That as Biafra using Nigerian passport, you are treated as a criminal or as a terrorist, while you are not one of them. Yet, low self-esteem would not allow you to support them. You are scared of what Biafra would be. You are scared of the lies and the propaganda that they manipulated you with. I want every one of you watching today on this State of the Nation broadcast to think that the impact of tunnel vision focus on the negative and how this can make matters worse than they are. They create more stress. They create more stress, increase insecurity, and we end up engaging in behaviors that are entirely disconnected from our values. Some of you have completely disconnected, even with your so low self-esteem and your insecurity on supporting Biafra. You have been disconnected from the value that made you who you are as a Biafran. Yes, a vicious circle. Nigeria has given all this as a failed state. What I'm telling you today is fact. We do not mince words. Nigeria has given all these things I've said as a failed state. This is the impact of Nigeria in your life. A failed state. Today, when the Fulani terrorists were attacking Abuja, all of you were honestly kind of scared. Some of you that built one batter in Abuja, in the area where they attacked, you ran for your life. And the government were not there to help. Because I want you to understand it. No, the presence of Biafrans in that area are not.
This message is a message for every single one of us in changing the script. We have to do what we have to do. There is a lot of trouble on our way. There's a lot of obstacles on our way. And we cannot continue to look at things that are irrelevant and forget about the relevant issues. That is why I am always worried and I speak the way I speak. Some people might not understand me. That is why I talk the way I talk. The government of Nigeria is busy doing their evil against our people. But our people are not paying attention. We are not paying attention. There is a news that broke out this month. I think it's earlier this month, either on the 3rd or on the 5th. Let me see if I can find that news of what the Nigerian people are planning. In Lagos State, another demolition. 170 something estates will be demolished. And I bet you in all those places that will be demolished, these are the places that are owned by the Biafran people. When you go and check very well, you will see that these are areas owned by the Biafrans. This was in the news. I don't know whether you saw the news or not. That's it. This is something that is in their news. You see what is happening in the zoo. I want you to pay attention. You see what is written there. Lagos government flags 176 illegal estates. Full list and what you need to know. 176 illegal estates. Who are the people that have those building this estate? These are estates, places they amount to destroy. This news was on August 5th, 5 days ago. August 5th. August 5th. Lagos government flagged 176 illegal estates. Look at it. In the enforcement of State STEM's Sustainable Development Agenda, Lagos State has officially declared 176 estates development illegal for lacking proper layout approval from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development. Estate owners have a 21 days ultimatum until August 26, 2025 to submit required documents or face penalties such as sealing, legal auction, or demolition. This is happening. This was just about 5 days ago. The attack on our people, and some of the idiots are still there talking about election. You see the way the Fulanis and the Yoruba, the Southwesterners, Yorubas, are pushing their own agenda. The Yoruba agenda is to make sure that they destroy every economical strength we have in their land, destroy our properties, and take back everything we have acquired in that land. And they are pursuing that agenda. Tinubu is pursuing that agenda. Why the North is also focusing on born to rule, making their strategies. Instead of us to channel our energy on the restoration of Biafra fully, some of us are still busy gossiping. We are still busy. Look at it. 176, right? 176 estates, illegal estates. Tell me, where were they when this issue was done? The places affected areas. Ibeju Lekki, GRA, 111 estates. You can understand that these places, go there now, it is the Igbo people that fool there. All this estate and the building they are talking about belong to the Igbos. So if you are living abroad and your own estate, you have bought a house in this place, you better begin to think of what to do. You better begin to think of what to do or forget about the house because they have come. When Mazen Nandekan was saying it, none of you believe. Ibeju Lekki, LGA, 111 estates to be demolished. Etiosa, LGA, 27 estates. We are not talking about building, we are talking about estate. You know how many houses will be in an estate? And the owners of those houses, go and check. 80% are Biafrans. Go and check. EPA LGA, 37 estates, including locations across Ajah and Lagos suburbs. The attack against us is not stopping. Tinubu and his Lagos empire, the attack is not stopping. This is the names of the places. Look at the homes. Look at the places. Note, the full list of 176 estates is included here in alphabetical order and regional order, matching official government publication. You see? See for yourself all these places. Go and check if your own area is there or your own house is there. You better begin to think of what to do or you forget about it. This is 170. Look at the names. They have listed it for either demolition, seizure, or auction. You see? They are the same people that gave you C of O. These same people, this same Lagos State gave you C of O. The people that have this building, many of them, almost all of them have their C of O. But yet, and they were there when these estates were built. You can imagine, the government of Lagos State were there. When these 176 estates were built, they were there. People built their houses, invested in it. They never said a word. They never stopped it. The estate developers will go there. They put somebody. They were advertised even in TV and radio. Estate developers will advertise in TV and radio. They will never utter a word. But today, they are going on demolition. They are going on demolition. So you can go and check. The people that own this estate we're talking, they are Igbo Biafrans. Biafrans, go and check. Go and verify they are Biafrans. Look at it. And some of us are still busy. You are online gossiping. You are online attacking your brother and your sister. You are online making noise. You are not planning on how to. The Yorubas are planning their own, executing their own plan. Not just planning, they are executing their plan. They don't care how you feel or what you think. The Hausas are busy executing their own plan. The Hausa people, they are busy executing their own plan. What about you, an Igbo man? What are you doing? You are busy pushing propaganda and blackmail against your people. Huh? You are busy pushing propaganda. May Chukwu Kabiyama help us. May Chukwu Kabiyama help us. Every one of us, those who are sleeping should wake up. If you are sleeping, wake up. Time is up. There's no more time. I pray that Chukwu Kabiyama will give us the wisdom, the knowledge, and understanding to begin to pursue our own agenda. Yoruba is pursuing their own agenda. Hausa is pursuing their own. Why are we not united in pursuing our own? Why are we not pursuing our own? Who is holding us? Why are we not pursuing our own agenda? Why? Why on earth are we not following our own agenda? Why? I pray that Chukwu Kabiyama will guide and protect us. My fellow Biafrans, I'm going to stop the program here because those who want to attend other programs can attend. I think the fundraising is also going on. People who want to attend the fundraising can be able to attend the fundraising. Those who are in the mainland and in Biafra land more especially to save their data and order to do what they have to do, I have to stop the program here. And we are going to continue by the special grace of Chukwu Kabiyama. Tomorrow is Sunday. We're going to be having our Sunday sermon here also tomorrow. And by the special grace of God, we'll come back and continue from where we stop. Thank you so much for being part of this program. And I pray that Chukwu Kabiyama will fight this battle for us because it is too much. If Chukwu Kabiyama doesn't fight, who are we? When he says yes, nobody can say no. And when he says no, nobody can say yes. I still believe that Biafra is possible. It is the project of God. And only him and him alone will continue to lead until we get there. Thank you so much for joining. May Chukwu come and guide and protect you wherever you're watching from. And may Chukwu come and guide and protect our leaders. Give them wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to lead on the right path so that we can get to our destination. Thank you and stay safe. Bye-bye. See you again.
Every time Nigeria is ringing bell. If I look on news, it is bad. If I look social media, it is problem. When I should be drinking coffee, they will make me to come online. They don't want to have me to rest. But you know what? You know what? The spirit in me, the Biafra spirit in me, I said, when I told you, if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is looking for 100 people, I promise that I have 50 in me. You have not seen anything. It is not by my power. It is not by my power. It is not by my power. But, you know, as my own oru, I am a you understand? Till Biafra come. But, today you are going to receive sense. The crypto, Nigeria crypto. As they are crippling your economy, They closed border. They closed the border. ESN came out automatically, weaponized. It shocked them. It shocked them. They said, this border no work. This close of border no work. Now, how do we stop the funding now of this Sunday or Igbo? How do we stop the contribution? Let us stop the crypto. Because they were following Nigerians, southern Nigerians. Use crypto. We should open crypto. Crypto. Use crypto. Don't use the Western Union. Don't use this. They say, so these people are doing crypto. Okay, let us slash them. Bah! They are not considering the economic impact of crypto. No. They are not considering how much the crypto is bringing to Nigeria economy. Their agenda is not to make Nigeria progress. No. They have a better agenda. Now you get the point. Now you get the point. My only problem is that why is it that you must wait? Was Thomas born in Nigeria? Is Thomas a Nigerian? Is Thomas in the Bible in Nigeria? Are you a lineage of Thomas? Are you a lineage of Thomas? All of you have Thomas blood in your vein. How did you get Thomas blood in your vein? That it must happen to you first before you understand. He had a baby here more in Anubia. He had more kind of man. Whoo! When we are telling you, you don't know, we are telling you, even we are not prophets, but everything we have said, everything we open this mouth to say, if it don't happen today, it will happen tomorrow. I want you to go from the beginning of this struggle. From the beginning. In fact, even the one that we are not sure of, once God asks us to say it, we will say it and God will do it. Hey! I said, did you see the prayer? May God harden the heart of the leaders in Nigeria so that we will tell them, the world may know that Obi is no longer a boy. I remember when we used to read the history of the Greeks, the Greek gods. I don't know, of course you don't read all those things in Africa. The history of the Greek gods. Medusa. They say Medusa is she look at when you look at Medusa, you turn into she would dry you and you become stone. Medusa have snake, her hair, Medusa's hair